Israel-Iran tension. Will US stock market crash on Monday? Crude oil, gold and silver surge, Bitcoin drops after Middle East escalation. US stock market updates. Israel-Iran tension are rasping global market. Oil surge, currency shift and equity volatility is an investor with risks and safe havens. US stock market update. Escalating tension between Israel and Iran has brought back a sense of uncertainty in the world financial market. The US and Israel carried out colonial strike on Iran target, and the response by Tehran threatened the possibility of regional war. US stocks are under the security of investors, which the already sensitive crowd oil already responding and violently. This article discusses how this tension might determine the behavior of the market, the price of energy, the foreign exchange, and the strategy of investors. Israel-Iran tensions. What could be the impact on US stock market? Geopolitical occurrence traditionally brings short-term volatility to stock market as risks premia increase on the eve of the escalation of the conflict. The S&P 500 had declined approximately 0.4% on the Friday, ending the largest monthly decline of the index in a year. The equity market fear index VIX was also on the racing, indicating Israel-Iran tension. Crude oil price surged toward $100 as global conflict threatens supply, and geopolitical threat in the Middle East affecting oil price are immediately reflected, with almost 20% of the global crude oil passing through the Strait of Hormuz. The last escalation saw the price of the Brent crude raised by almost 3% to approximately $73 per barrel. The analysts caution that the disruption would lead into the Brent reaching up to 90,100 per barrel, a price that was historical, lowered world growth expectation and cut corporate earning forecast. Israel-Iran tension will raising crude oil pose challenge for Indian market. In oil important nations such as India, whereas 85 to 90% of the demand on crude will be covered by import, an increase in oil will translate into the increases trade and physical defect. A 10% rise in the price of crude oil is likely to increase the Indian import bill by around 10 to 15 billion per year. This would absorb corporate margin, enhance inflationary pressures, and decrease discretionary spending, which subsequent would have an impact on the stock that are consumer demand related. Israel-Iran tension. How are Dow Jones futures reacting to global conflict? US future market provide early indication on the open price. As a rule, Gulf crashes Dow Jones Industrial future open with lower gaps as trader position in risks of this may be aggravated by a major oil spike. Brent crude growing below the 90 to 95 zone will promote trading backs to value to a reduced rate of economic growth and reduce corporate earning, which will drive pizza even further to the south. Israel-Iran tension will gold and silver price surge on rising geopolitical risks. Gold and silver, which are considered safe haven assist and normally vulnerable to the increased geopolitical risks, and gold price have crept on the upside in the last few sessions, with the last few drawing closer to multi-month highs. In case of tension, gold might break through the major resistance level of around 2150 to 2200 per ounce, where silver might begin to climb to about 30 to 35 due to flow of safe haven and strong demand in silver industry. Israel-Iran tensions, how currency markets are reacting to conflicts. The currency market are responding in an unbalanced manner. The Israel shekel currency was steady in range of about 3.09 to 3.14 per dollar, which is attributed to the strong reserve of Israel and its strong economy. It is the compression the Iranian real fell to historic lows of close to the USD, which is virtually equivalent to a decline by almost a third of the early January rates. This is currently action underscore the different fundamental of the economics and the confidence of the investor. Israel-Iran war impact, what to expect on March 20th. War escalation and stock market might start the day lower as investors seek safer option, and crude oil price could climb further if tension around the Strait of Hormuz escalate. Gold and US treasuries may see increased demand and safe haven assist. Emerging market could experience capital withdrawal and currency of countries heavily reliant on oil imports and lost value against the dollar.